Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from ZoZoStockWatch.com, and this is going to be your Let's Get Ready for the week ahead, August 26th through the 30th. On this video, we talk a little bit about what happened on Friday, the markets in general. We go through different stocks, some of your best and worst stocks for the week. We need to see what to look out for the week ahead. So we'll go ahead and start the video. Friday, a very ugly day for the bulls. Friday, the market responded to China, Powell, and Trump. It was a wild week. Monday of last week, we were pushing up last week, and then Friday we gave it all back towards the end of the week, but we still remain in a range. I'll get more into that as I show you some of the charts of the SPY, etc. So for the markets, Friday, you could see it was a sea of red, courtesy of FinViz here. The Dow Jones was down 623. The transports got hit 333 points, the Nasdaq down 240, and the S&P 500 minus 76 on the markets there. The rhetoric continued all day on Friday. So as you can see, a lot of stocks down in that 3 to minus 3% range. The banks were moving down. Amazon minus 3%. Apple almost down 5% on the day. We did have a spot of green here. Salesforce announced earnings after the bell on Thursday. This one was up 2.25%. Intuit also released earnings on Thursday, and that stock was up over 1% on the day. But other than that, Boeing stands out for Friday, up a little under 0.5% Friday. But overall, as you can see, it was a sea of red out there. Not even the flight to safety stocks held up. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, both moving down over 1%. On the day, J&J moved down, Merck, Pfizer giving back 2%, Disney dropping 3% on the day, Comcast Corporation dropping 3%. So an ugly day overall for the bulls. What was the reason? Well, stocks drop after Trump ordered U.S. companies to look at leaving China. That tweet came out. If there's one thing that the market does not like, and it is uncertainty, right? Produces uncertainty of what's going to be coming ahead. The rhetoric built up, lack of confidence in the markets. So folks are pulling some money out of there as the trade war heated up. On Friday, China came out and said they were going to raise tariffs, and then Trump came out with tweets in response. Then we had Jerome Powell at Jackson Hole. Jerome Powell says no Fed rule book for Trump trade war, so a little bit of a jab to President Trump here. Didn't really say or give any kind of indication that they're going to be cutting rates any further. So he left it up in the air. Like I say, the markets do hate uncertainty. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and look at some of the stocks that were moving up on Friday. There were some stocks that were popping. OPTT, Ocean Power, was moving up almost 20% on Friday. We had OSN moving up 14-15%. DRD popping 10%. PVTL, this was a takeover, up 9%. AVDL up 7%. CBLK, another stock that got taken out, up 6%. TENX moving up 6%. Red Robin jumping 6% on Friday. VEDL also jumping 5%. And then you had your losers on Friday. Foot Locker released earnings Friday before the bell. That stock dropping 19%. Tel dropping 19%. CEEL dropping 16%. VMware had earnings on Thursday. That stock dropping 10%. L Brands dropping 9%. Hasbro dropping 9%. UIS also dropping 7%. So that was some of your top gainers, top losers, courtesy of the trade exchange. Our fear and greed index, this is from CNN Business. It's a 7 fear and greed indicators. It's at CNN.com, fear and greed index. And you can see the what they measure here. So just go to that CNN Fear and Greed Index, currently at 18. So we are getting down to extreme fear in the markets, maybe a little bit getting to the oversold. We'll see how the markets are going to open up Monday. We'll see how the futures are going to do in the overnight session for Sunday night. I'm making this video on Sunday. It's about 10 minutes after 12 Eastern Time. So we'll go ahead and look at some of the things that were moving up on Friday. Some things we'll look at as far as what got hit on Friday, as far as your sectors, and also let's take a look at the SPY here. So basically, folks are going to be watching this 282 numbers, the recent lows on the SPY. We remain in this range for right now. We don't know how the market's going to open up for Monday, but we are coming into, check that 200 SMA. 200 SMA currently is at 279.95, so we'll call it 280. So a lot of folks are going to be watching that on the SPY, but also the recent lows back here on the SPY of 282. We hit it and bounced there. We also came to 282, 839 right here, and back on the August 5th, we hit for the low 281.72, so we're calling it 282. The low on Friday on this day was 283.47, so we're just a little bit away from that 282 and that 281 area. So we'll see if that's going to break down, and then like I said, we may get a test of the 200. We'll have to see if the bulls are going to show up and protect the 200 and give us a bounce. If we go ahead and look at the weekly chart for the S&P 500. So as you can see on my weekly chart, I keep a simple moving average of the 34-week. You notice back here, we bounced off it back in June. All right, and we held, and then we took off. So now here we are again, testing the 34 moving average on our weekly chart here, but we still remain below the 10 SMA on the weekly chart. We never could get above it. The 10 SMA on the weekly is at 294.32 currently, so we'll call it 295. So bulls want to get us back over that 295. Bears would like to break down this 34-week moving average to get further downside. So let's go ahead and see what sectors were moving up. The S&P sectors. So we had JNUG moving up over 16% on Friday. For the week, it was up 14%. Nougat also climbing for the week, up 14%. Friday, it was jumping 12%. As you can imagine, the VIX now still below 20, though, on the VIX. We did get a pop in some fear here, but still remain below 20. Some volatility did come in, so that jumped on Friday 19%. For the week, it was up 8% for the week. Let's go ahead and look at some of the things for the downside for the week. The rare earths moved down 6% for the week. The marijuana ETF was down over 6% for the week. The OIH dropped 3%. SLX, the steel sector, also dropping for the week, 3% for the week. The IWC, the micro caps, for the week, it was down over almost 2.5% for the week. The IBB dropping last week, down to almost 2.5% for the week. The transports were down over 2%. The SMH was down 2.25% on the SMH. Some of your sectors. For last week. For the week, we did have the home builders up fractionally, just a little under 1%. The change on Friday, though, we were down almost 3% on the home builders. The XLY, the consumer discretionary sector, the XLY, that was down on Friday almost 3%. For the week, it was up 0.5% to the downside for the week. Airlines took a hit over 4% to the downside, down almost 4% on the XBI, the smaller biotechs. We also had the XLB, the materials ETF, down almost 3% for the week there. The XOP down over 2%. That's the oil and gas exploration sector. The XHE also down 2.25%. That's the healthcare and equipment sector. Some of your stocks in the Dow Jones for the week, you had Boeing climbing over almost 8% for the week. Home Depot jumping 7% for the week. Nike for the week was up fractionally to the downside. Your worst stock in the Dow was actually DOW, Dow. So this stock dropping 9% for the week. United Healthcare down 6%. American Express down almost 6% for the week. So as I showed you in the indexes, a lot of stocks or charts I'm going to show you look like this, that big sell-off on Friday. The SMH is coming up, maybe going to retest this trend line area here. So keep an eye on that. So we started back here in January. We get a touch point here, a touch point here. So here's our trend line. Let's see if they're going to come back and test that 105 area. We also have the 150 SMA currently right above it. The 150 SMA is at 107.93, so we'll call it 108. So 108 and 105 areas are some areas to watch on the SMH. The IWM Friday, here we are again testing. If you've been watching my videos, here we are again testing that 145 area. We never could make it above the 200 SMA on the IWM, and now we are coming back down. Folks are watching this 145 spot, so keep that spot on watch for the IWM. Looks like we're going to crack it. IWC also rolling over here. We had a previous low on the IWC. This is the micro caps. The low was 84.58. We had a low on Friday of 84.50. So we're taking out these recent lows. We did close at 84.72, but if the market opens up weak, looks like we're going to break that down on the IWC. Oil, because of the fear of the markets, the global growth slowing down, oil pushed down. This week we were down over almost 2% for the week on Friday. The USO, the ETF for light sweet crude oil, lost almost 3% on the day there. The XOIL, which is for TC2000, that's the light sweet WTI crude oil. So as you can see, we're back below $55. Never could get back above the 200 SMA. We remain obviously below 60. We had a recent low back here of $50. So folks, if this continues to move down, we'll be watching that $50 area on light sweet crude oil. So far unable to get above and hold above 55 with all the global slowdown fears. The transports also took a hit on Friday and look very ugly here. We have a recent low. This is the daily you're looking at of 97.15, we'll call it. We're at 97.39, so we're just a little bit away from that, from testing that on the transports. So keep that area on watch. The Dow Jones, or as I like to look at, the diamonds, the ETF for the Dow. You notice how many times we been battling this 200 SMA on the diamonds here. So here we are again pushing down to the 200 SMA, trying to hold it. So keep an eye on that 255 area on the diamonds. So here comes the QQQ. Nasdaq composite testing that 150 SMA. You see the bounces we've had off the 150 SMA, the orange or brown dotted line you see here, that moving average. We came down to it at that 180 area. So here we are getting close to that 180 area again. If that breaks, you would think they're going to come back down and test this 200 SMA around that 175 area for the 200 SMA on the Qs. Now, this is all going to depend on how the futures do in the overnight session Sunday night, and also how the market opens up Monday morning. We are a news-driven market, so any tweet, any headline can move these markets. Some of the things we need to watch for next week. So this economic calendar, courtesy of the trade exchange. So right out of the bat on Monday, we get at 8:30 the durable goods orders. That could be market moving at 8:30. Then on Tuesday, Tuesday, really nothing major. Red book sales coming out. We get MBA mortgage applications and oil numbers coming out at 10:30 on Wednesday. We are leading up to Thursday, though, the 29th, the GDP at 8:30. So that'll be closely watched on Thursday, the 29th. Personal income and outlays on Friday at 8:30. So we do have some important economic information coming out. Most likely GDP, durable goods will be important for the week ahead. This is the calendar from the trade exchange. I'll put this down in the comments section of this video. If you click on the green spot here, you can get the earnings that are coming out for each and every day. It's a nifty calendar courtesy of the trade exchange there. As far as some of your earnings coming out for the week ahead, we do have quite a bit of earnings coming out. We get Billy coming out on Monday after the bell. BILI is the symbol there. It's a Chinese company. So we'll see how that is treated on Monday after the bell. Tuesday, Momo will be reporting. MOMO. Viva will be reporting after the bell. Autodesk. Hewlett Packard Enterprises, HPE, will be reporting. We also get after the bell on Wednesday, Okta in the software space, Nutanix in the software space, some retailers, Five Below, Guess Jeans. We also get PVH, which is related in the retail space. They manufacture a lot of the goods. We also have on Thursday, as far as retailers, Best Buy, Dollar General, Dollar Tree. You get Abercrombie and Fitch reporting. Burlington will be reporting. Burlington Coat Factory. Ulta reports after the bell on Thursday. Workday, WRK, symbol there. I'm sorry, WDAY symbol there for Workday, WDAY for Workday. I was thinking of Slack. So Workday will be reporting. Dell will be reporting. Ambarella also reports after the bell on Thursday. Yext will be reporting. Friday before the bell, you get Big Lots, Jinko Solar, JKS, the symbol there. Don't forget, there'll be another video out, stocks that I'll have on watch. It should be a very light list of stocks to watch. As you can imagine, with the markets volatile last week and Friday, the market's moving down, but we'll try to come up with some stocks that I'll have on watch. And also I'll be doing in that video requested stocks. I got a lot of requests to look at some of the bigger names, so I'll be doing that also. That video will be out later in the day. Don't forget, also coming up on Monday, September 2nd, the markets will be closed. So this coming Friday, could see some light volume as we head into the holiday weekend, and then you have the markets closed for Labor Day as summer comes to a close here. Children start going back to school. So Monday the markets are closed. Friday I'm expecting kind of a light day as far as volume, so we'll see. So let's go ahead and go through quickly the best and worst stocks for the week. As far as some of your best stocks for the week that passed, Boeing remained very strong. As DJ's wholesaler came out with earnings, that stock jumped 15% Target had a very good week after they reported their earnings, up 23% for the week. LOW also climbing over 13% for the week. Home Depot had a very good week, up 7% on the week. Had a very good week last week. Now it's a chart that's been beaten up. It's connected with opioids. This stock reached a settlement, this company. So this stock was jumping over 28% last week. ENDP, ALXN, Amgen considering an acquisition of this. Dated enrollment for phase 2 on TENX up over 8% for the week. As you can see, I'm kind of stretching, trying to find some of the best stocks for the week on this one. But it was a beaten down name, trying to turn the corner, up 8% on the week there. CRM, Salesforce came out with earnings on Thursday night. This stock jumping 5% for the week. INTU also came out with earnings on Thursday, moving up 3% for the week. This is the worst stocks for the week. So as you can imagine, a lot easier to find some of the worst stocks for the week. Starting out with VMware, the stock came out with earnings Thursday night. Plus, they did a couple of acquisitions here. So VMware dropping 7% for the week. Foot Locker missed on their revenue, missed on earnings here. Foot Locker down 12% for the week. L Brands took a hit this week after they released earnings, down 14% for the week. Cree got a big hit here on this stock, dropping 20% on CREE. HPQ came out with earnings, dropping 7% for the week. AFL, Aflac dropping 8% for the week there on Aflac. Macy's continues to move down another 7% for the week. BABA also losing some steam this week, down 6%, as you can imagine, with the China trade wars and U.S. trade wars going on. SRPT, they got a sent a control letter, CRL, from the FDA for one of their new drugs on SRPT. This stock dropping 25% for the week. RTRX, they came out with phase 3. It did not meet their endpoints here on RTRX. This stock dropping 27% for the week. GE continues to roll over after the whistleblower came out and talked this one down. This stock dropping 9% for the week. SPLK came out with earnings earlier in the week that passed. This stock dropping 5% for the week. All right, everybody, let's get ready for the week ahead video. Just to a note to swing traders out there, it's been a very choppy August. You have been able to find maybe a few swing trades here and there, but you have to take profits in swing trades very quickly. Whatever is offered, you're not able to hold things for a long period of time. It will get better once we get through this uncertainty and lack of confidence in the markets. At some point, the trade war rhetoric will, dissipate. We'll see. The tweets keep coming, the headlines keep coming and moving the market. So, dial down position size to swing traders, cut back on swing trades. We do intraday trading at ZoZoStockWatch also. That has been very good, intraday trading. The volatility is good for day traders. But right now for swing traders, you're having to cut down your position size. If not, you stay cash for swing trades. Whatever profits you do get in a stock that pop up. Some of the gold stocks were popping up. PVG was moving up. AUY. These gold names gave some nice swing trades here. But even that, you've had to take profits as they presented themselves. But overall, for swing traders, a choppy August. The market's in a range. So we'll see what the next month, September, is going to bring for us for swing traders. Intraday traders, like I said, have had it very nice, getting a lot of intraday movement, which is what we're looking for. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your weekend. We'll be back at it with another video, stocks on watch, and I'll be doing some chart requests in that video. This is Mike from ZoZoStockWatch.com.